Hampshire were the police fighting the protesters.
No, they didn't bring out dogs or army trucks or anything like that. No army trucks for them. So while Marjorie's trying,
Mary.
while
That's
Marjorie's
my
trying
mother's
to
name.
digest
No, I'm not trying to.
how she's gonna spin this.
I mean, you know what? I keep coming to you, back at you, with the same spin over and over again. And in regards to this, the media, again, what did I say? Why does the media exist?
To report stories truthfully.
No, Anselm.
Why do
Why
they
you got the
exist?
puzzled look on your face?
Why do they exist?
Other than you and I, the media exists for profit. Yes? It's a profit-making industry. Hold up. Owned by shareholders. So, whatever that story is, that's sensational, that causes the most fear in people, that's what they're going to keep looking at, then that's what they're going to keep reporting. So if people want to know, all those blacks are rioting in Ferguson, Missouri, and they probably weren't even Ferguson people, but there are all these people who believe that that was going to be the front line of the next revolution. They're all out there. They're demonstrating, people from all over, including Ferguson, but many from all over. From what I understand, most of the people arrested were from outside of that city. But it doesn't matter because we all live in the United States. But at any rate, so they keep showing it. Like I said, they saw, when I looked at it in the summer, laying there, you know, in my hotel rooms in Princeton, you had more media people than you had demonstrators and more cops than media people. They're just sitting there waiting on something. And so people were tuned in because they wanted to see something. The more people tuned in, the more money the commercials, or, you know, the people got for their viewership. So it's all about making money, and black men are a threat. And so it's great to see black people rioting because people feed into that. Just like today, I wake up this morning, turn the news on, I'm on my bike and listening. Okay, someone just came from Liberia to Newark, and they have Ebola, and then they're going to show me a picture of 1 and 9, the freeway, leaving the airport, and then in front of the hospital. Anything to cause fear and panic and make people watch and tune in later. Now the story is dead because there's no one with Ebola. I mean, it's sensationalism, and it's there to sell. It's got nothing to do. I mean, I know that it has a racist overtone, but if racism sells, then that's what's going to be sold.
But should we accept it? Should we sit down and just
you
say,
don't have to accept that.
That's what the media is going to do. Just
well, I mean, yes, because you're going to be an informed consumer. But at this time,
if you give
because you're watching television, you're a consumer, and at this time,
but if you give him misleading information and distorted information,
you know what? That is part. You are misled, you black man, and all the black people. You are going to be misled. I'm going to be misled. The whole public is going to be misled.
I'm not going to be misled, though.
No, maybe not you, and maybe not me.
Yeah.
And some of us will say, I'm going to change the channel and watch something else.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could change the channel and get another point of view. But now we have selective media where I watch Fox because that's how I think, and you watch MSNBC because that's how you think. And so we get the information that feeds us and then contributes to the way we already think and verifies, you know, our thought pattern. So, I mean, you know, and that's what's going to sell. It's all about selling something. It's not about the media existing to tell you the truth. No, I would never tell anybody. I mean, do whole units on media. I've spent much time reading about that. No, it's a capitalist industry. There's only like 4 or 5 corporations that own all the media. You think they're going to if you want another point of view, turn to BBC, turn to Al Jazeera, turn to France 24, France 24. You know? Turn to Chinese news if you want something different. And we have that ability to do that if we have cable, which is something else that we have to pay for. So it's all about making money. I mean, you know, did I want to watch Ferguson, the stupid fake riots and them interviewing people over and over again? No, I mean, you know, it's like, this is dumb. I have my take on it. I looked, I read, I assessed it, and then, okay, that's it. People, what do you think about Ferguson? You know, I mean, come on. Black men are being shot all day, every day. All day, every day.
Now, here's another local story. Memory on ACLU complaint.
What are you looking at?
From
Let
the
me
Village
read
Green.
for a minute, and then I can interrogate you.
From
No, because
from the Village
I
Green.
just
Memory on ACLU complaint. South Orange Maplewood School District will do what is right and just. At Monday's Board of Education meeting, South Orange Maplewood School District Acting Superintendent James Memoli addressed a recent complaint filed against the district by the American Civil Liberties Union and others alleging that the district academic tracking and use of out-of-school suspension violates Department of Education regulation interpreting Title VI of the Civil Rights Acts of 1964 and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. Memoli has responded to the complaint in an email on October the 14th in which he said the district was committed to the core values that demography should not be destiny, academically or otherwise, and that all students deserve the opportunity to achieve their fullest potential. In the email, he acknowledged that while the district has made strides to address the achievement gap, much more work has to
be
do.
done. Mm-hmm.
Right?
On Monday, Memoli gave a brief statement before presenting his regular monthly report. The statement read in part, I'm here to assure the American Civil Liberties Union, the citizens of South Orange Maplewood, and most importantly, the children in our two communities, that we count ourselves as enthusiastic partners in an effort to ensure that we provide a more democratic and equitable learning environment for all children. As many of you know, I've been working in this district for over 40 years, and now I have the privilege of serving as acting superintendent. And I can tell you that these problems and issues are real, and that we're going to deal with them. While we have made some progress, there's much work in front of us, and I urge all of us to embrace this as an opportunity to do what is right and just for all our children. They deserve no less. Memoli's statement was met with applause by the audience.
You've been here 40 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. You say it like that. Like, well, what were you thinking about then, buddy?
40 years, man. You know what I mean? And listen,
mm-hmm.
listen. We provide a more democratic. Go back to the first paragraph. In an effort to ensure that we provide a more democratic and equitable learning environment for all children. So he's admitting that they haven't been provided.
So you're saying by saying that there's an admission of
by saying
inequity.
Provide a more democratic and equitable learning environment. More is the word. He's admitting that they have not, in the 40 years that he was here,
I've been here for 40 years and we are committed.
And we are committed.
That's funny to point that out.
Yeah, but 40 years, and in year 40, I am committed to a more democratic and equitable learning environment for all the children in South Orange and Maplewood. Come on, you see, that's part of the problem.
Oh, my goodness.
That's part of the problem. You know what? Don't say those type of things. Just says, you know what? We believe we have a problem and we're going to fix the problem. Really. Don't come up with these, you're trying to placate people here. You're trying to make people feel good. Don't try to make me feel good. For 40 years, you didn't have a democratic system. You didn't have an equitable system. Right? So in year 41, we're going to make the system more democratic and equitable.
Progress takes a long time, man. So
only 4 decades. Don't worry. We're going to get to it. However, we can get to the dress code in a short period of time.
No, that's something that has to be dealt with immediately.
Oh, yeah, of course. They got to the dress code was done. It's like,
you have a problem with the dress code?
Listen, I don't have a problem with the dress code. What I have a problem with is how swift they changed that dress code, man. It was like, okay, short skirt, Monday evening, new policy. No more short skirt.
But you don't know how long they've been deliberating on that. We don't know that, do we? I mean, and then
A
wait,
year.
hold up, wait
Give
a
him
minute.
a year. Give him a,
okay,
you see,
hold
give
up.
him a year. A year. They've been
Hold up.
debating a year. Okay.
Hold up.
2 years. Give him 2 years.
Dress codes were probably always, there's always a dress policy that probably was not enforced. And as time goes on, children dress a lot differently.
You missed the point, though.
No, I understand what you're saying, that they were able to knock that out fast.
That's the most important thing. I'm
not saying that that's the most
I'm
important
not worried
thing. It's
about-
probably something that they're not that concerned about getting too much pushback on.
You see, Marjorie.
But I mean, can we look at this other thing? I don't want to talk about that.
No. But we got to finish, though. No, we got to finish. Though.
Okay, I'm gonna just let you go, and I'll just wait.
Yeah,
go ahead.
we got to finish. I think what we have to look at, and we have to understand that, when these things happen, you have to make the correlation and the comparisons. We have to make comparisons, because it seems like when certain things happen, it gets done real quick, overnight. It gets done.
Because there's probably no one out there lobbying about leave the dress code as it is, or don't enforce a dress code. There's probably no one out there who's saying it's okay that my daughter comes in.
No, there were
with a
people
midriff
against
shirt.
the dress code.
My son's pants are falling
but there was a whole
off his
bunch of
ass.
people
No one-
against it.
Okay.
Freedom of dress. They talked about that all the time. Freedom of speech. Freedom to dress the way you want to dress. They talk about all the amendment rights. That's what they were talking about. However, the school system, with Jim Memoli being here 40 years, and he wanted to have a more democratic and equal dress code, they passed it in a short period of time. And these are the things that I see and bothers me. You see, and we as a community, we can sit back and we can look at it and we can say, we can like be the one-eyed giant. Oh, I didn't see that. No, but we have to see it. And you see, when you read these things, you got to read it line by line. All the acting superintendent that come out and say, look, we have a complaint filed by the ACLU. We are going to do our best, if there is anything in that complaint that's accurate, in order to change it in this community of South Orange and Mayport. But when you are putting more fuel on the fire by putting these things in there, so we knew it was going on. So we can't look now and say that, oh, it wasn't happening. We knew it was happening. The school system knew it was happening. They knew it now. Jim Memoli just told us that we knew it was going on. We were doing something about it, but we were moving very slowly. And the community coalition didn't come to us to talk to us about it, right? So we felt that we were fine.
Okay.
So what's the next news story you want to go to?
All right. I'm looking at the same thing in the Village Green. Board of Ed gets an earful from teachers on IB program.
Oh yeah, we did that. We did that one yesterday.
What did you say about that?
Yeah.
What do you know about this?
Well,
IB
the
program?
teachers are complaining about the IB program because they didn't get enough instructions in order for them to implement the IB program, and basically it was hoisted on them. And they need more teacher development in order to be able to communicate the program properly to the kids. So if you don't have that, that's a problem. It is a problem. So you can't hold the teacher responsible now, if the kids fail. So it's you know what?
You know what? I mean, I
don't know why you
a
want
person in the trenches. I could tell you what happens in situations like this. A couple of years ago, they told, and I have a very frantic, all those things, assistant principal. We got to do.
Before you go, time check. The time is approximately 9 p.m. That time check is brought to you by Semper Alexander Computer Consultants. We are to implement cost-effective solutions to fulfill your business need. Semper Alexander for all your computer needs. You can call them at 973-763-2011. That's 973-763-2011.